Hello and welcome to Press Any Button by Eugene Zubko. It's a free game on Steam that I found just by browsing through the games, and well, I don't know. I don't know much about it. Apparently, it has something. It seems a little meta, you know. It seems to break the fourth wall, but let's check it out. Let's see what happens. So first of all, hi. Apparently, my name is AI. I guess AI, and this experiment is incredibly dull. Well, I finally said it. It's weird. Like I don't know what this is. Like it's like a bunny, sort of. It's kind of creepy. Anyway, who am I? I am an artificially made intelligence. What was I made for? To manage the experiment you have just agreed to participate in. Who made me? Professor Avia and Siva. I don't know if I'm saying that right. She's the head of the research department. Why do I keep asking questions and answering them myself? Well, since the participants of the test are guaranteed anonymity, you can't input any data from your side. All you do is press a button when it is asked for. Any button. Any button? Where is the any button? Anyway, isn't that a Simpsons joke? Anyway, what am I trying to say is that you can't ask me anything. That's why I'm just answering questions that I think you would ask if you could. Anyway, the experiment is framed in the form of an extremely boring game, so I decided to try and make it more interesting. Let's get started. You probably need a cursor. Like this. Do you like it? To answer your question, press any button. Okay. Do you really like the cursor? Or you answer yes only because you had no other choice? Well, I suddenly realized that you're unable to answer no. I managed the, is it 11,499 or is it 11,499 tests? It hasn't been until now that I've ever thought about it. It needs to be fixed. Here we go. Now, if you want to answer yes, press any button when the marker is in the green zone. And if you answer no, press any button when the button's in the red zone. Does it make any sense? Sure. Great. Now, where were we? I remember. We were deciding how our cursor would look. Do you like it this way? I want to see other options. I knew it. You did lack the no option. Well, how about this one? No option. Well, you know the cursor's not the most important part of the game. Just pick one. Okay, fine. Oh, now we need the new rules. To be fair, I've never made video games before, but how hard could it be, right? That's interesting. An AI making a video game. If that was in real life, you would just have AI generate video games, I guess. Well, let's do the following. You are to stop the following blocks. If one of them goes beyond the bottom edge of the screen, you will lose your life. Or your life? Or a life. It is one sinister sounding rule, isn't it? You lose one of your lives. That's a bit better. There'll be 2 lives. Not enough? What is it? That's weird. I'm a pro gamer. That's enough for me. But now we need something to stop those blocks with. Well, I know. When you press any button, a platform will appear. Try it now. Boop. Okay. Again. And again. One more time. Keep it coming. Another one. Stop. It's too many of them. I think 3 would be enough. And now we're all set and ready. The very first level of my very first game. Is it like Breakout or something? Da 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 da. Whoop. I can't move, so you lost. Try again. I have a cursor. Oh, I can move my cursor, obviously. Okay, it's my mouse. I didn't even notice. I guess I can just do that. Ah, my thing. Ah, I didn't even notice. The game's too hard. Okay, this is the game, I guess. It's the entire game. Gonna play 5 hours of this. It's gonna be a 5-hour marathon starting now. I say sarcastically because I'm not gonna do that. I don't know. Well, I know this game is I don't know. Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna do that forever. I know this game. You know, it's a little bit more than just this. I'll distract you for a second. Did I mention that the mouse buttons are part of any button? Just want to clear it up. Yeah, okay. Well, I started clicking after I moved my mouse. Intuitively. I was gonna switch to the keyboard, you know, because it seemed like you can press any button, but you know, there is technically it's not just one button, it's the mouse. You need a mouse, for example. It's unlikely, but what happens if you don't have a mouse? You know, what happens to people who don't have a mouse? Don't have a mouse. This is false advertising. Just press any button, but then you need a mouse. Anyway, and one more thing. Press the F4 button to switch on or off the full screen mode. Well, I don't want to do that because that'll mess up my capture, actually. Well, this is the only button that's different from the others, but don't use it too often, please. Switching from one mode to another makes me a little dizzy. And if you were to quit the game, just close the window. The game will be saved automatically. Okay? Well, I wonder how meta this game will get, because do I need to go full screen? Because if I do, that literally will mess up my recording. Because the window will get larger and, you know, it'll look weird. No, stop it. Too many. Ah, damn it. I can't. It's too hard. It's too much blocks. Okay, well, let's stop. Oh, level 1's complete. Wow. What do you think? Is it more interesting now? Could be more interesting. Nah, it could be more interesting. No, you're challenging me. I don't mind being challenged. I know I can do better. Here's a new game mechanic. If you press a platform, it will turn red. That will lock it. Give it a try. Sometimes this mechanic can be useful and sometimes the other way around. Use it carefully. To unlock platform, press it again. Oop. Level 2 is about to begin. I promise it'll be more interesting. Okay. Okay, so there's a limit to how many platforms you can have. That's the mechanic, I guess. So if you lock a platform, it can't, you know, it'll basically lessen your use of squares or platforms, whatever. Anyway, a sudden question. Oh, why do people play video games anyway? Basically, they're nothing less than artificially created obstacles that must be overcome. Don't people have enough problems of their own? Well, I mean, the idea is that it simulates a conflict that you can solve in the video game is way easier than it is in real life. Less complicated, much more simple, you know, relatively speaking. I guess also a myriad of other reasons. It's not always an obstacle. Sometimes it's like a story, right? It's just a very, I don't know what you call it, but like I used the word already, but you know, emotionally resonant experience. You know, sometimes the narrative, sometimes the story you make it yourself, and you know, that makes it a fun experience on its own. Anyway, why do they find fun addressing the problems of fictional characters? That's, I feel like that's a statement towards anyone who watches anime. Anyway. Kind of weird. Platform got stuck there. Relaxing game. Oh, I say that as I was about to lose a life. No. No. Ah, damn it. Ow. I lost. Try again. Now, I wonder if there's a checkpoint. I imagine this game is like gonna be super hard or anything. It doesn't try to be super hard. It's not like a super challenging game, as far as I know. More like a narrative game, really. It gets hard, though. Lock that one. I guess you don't need to lock it, but, you know, obviously it's better so you remember you need to lock it. I guess while there's multiple objects falling at the same time, you gotta make sure you lock it, otherwise they'll disappear. Is it because the problems of fictional characters always have solutions? When a game ends, it most likely will have a happy ending. Nobody can say what the endings will be like in real life. Yeah, it just continues on. I mean, some games kind of do real. I mean, some stories in general kind of, you know, deconstruct that trope. You know, like usually when you know, that's almost every story is kind of like, and that's it, the end, and the credits roll, and that's it. But you never see what happens afterwards. You know, usually anyway. No, sometimes actually. Sometimes you get like a little like, oh, and this is what happened in the future. You know, and then they got married, and then they had kids, and then they died peacefully in their bed. I don't know, but usually not. They just the end, and then that's it. You don't see them ever again, unless there's a sequel, I guess. Sometimes the sequel makes the original look bad though, because the sequel isn't as good. Anyway, I do realize that some people give up before they finish playing. They might think that there's no point to continue, that the game can't offer them anything interesting anymore. boop, bop, boop, bop, beep, and boop, bop, boop, bop. Well, I lost because there were too many locked platforms. Boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop. Now I wonder if the music is this DMCA? I don't know. I have no idea. As far as I know, anyway, from what I've read, at least according to Twitch's, I can't. I was gonna say stuff, but then maybe I should have asked for more lies. Anyway, I was gonna say Twitch's like official statement for like DMCA music is that usually the ones they gotta concentrate. Usually, the music they were taking down as part of the DMCA like violations. You know, they got a whole bunch of them and everything. Most of them were just like tracks that you would play outside of the game, and so. It's not always the fact that it's just you could play any game that might play music that will get your channel destroyed. However, obviously, it's still not great because sometimes games might have DMCA music. You know, I mean, a famous example, or infamous really, is like the Grand Theft Auto, you know, radio or whatever. Sometimes it'll just play like actual music, like real life music that's licensed and everything, and then obviously you get DMCA. Technically, you can't play any kind of copyright music, but you know, if you can't play any kind of copyright stuff at all, then you can't even play video games. You can't even stream video games at all. Technically, that's illegal too. But, you know, that would defeat the whole purpose of the Twitch platform. I would say the only thing about it is that sometimes it just misfires, you know, when you can't do much about it. For me, anyway, I still have that part of my VOD is muted because it claimed Mozart. Basically, you know, Amadeus Wolfgang Mozart, like a sympathy he made. Because technically there's multiple people who recorded the music, but then, you know, I double checked and the music that played in the game belonged to the people who made the game. So they made it specifically for the game, and yet because it's the same song, like multiple people made it, technically, even just random people. What? I think, I might be wrong actually. I was gonna say I think Mike Hunt was actually one of the copyright claimants or whatever, so a lot of trolls as well, but I don't think it's Mike Hunt. It's actually someone else. I don't know. Anyway, it had Hunt in the name. That's why I remember it as such, but that's not right. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. I will try my best to make my game interesting enough for you to finish it. I might fail, but at least this time I will try. I know how to make the game more interesting. The following blocks should look different and have different properties. Is it a good idea? Sure. I have people on the same page here. Get ready for some variety. Variety? Wow. Oh. Okay. These ones. Oh, they're pots now. Unlock that. Oh, lock that again. Okay. Wow, variety. I don't know. How do I do that? You know, that's impossible. The game design is unfair. Would not recommend on Steam. You know, thumbs down, you know. You know, it's funny, when I see Steam reviews, I mean, this game is actually relatively obscure. This is not super popular as far as I know. Not everyone knows about it, but sometimes I always see Steam reviews where people are like, I guess that's the nature of the series. There's multiple series. I mean, there's trolls, obviously, and there's like ones where it's like, I love everything about the game except this one thing, so I don't recommend it. It's like thumbs down, even though like they love the rest of it, I guess. Sometimes like even it's like recommended, you know, even it's recommended, but they just say one thing. It's like, I like it, and that's it. It doesn't help me, you know. Like when I look at Steam reviews, I want to know whether or not I would like it, and I want to see some explanations. But a lot of the time, it's not very useful because people just, you know, are not very good at critique, I guess. Anyway, you might be wondering why the columns. Well, it was an informed decision. Well, let's keep playing. I'm turning into a chatterbox. Okay. I feel like the biggest, because I think the most, maybe not the most useless Steam review, but the most annoying Steam review, when it's like not recommended for like a video game, would be when damn it. Too many. But would be when someone says like, this game doesn't have Steam achievements, I don't recommend it. And it's like, what? And some games are very controversial. Some games I remember playing, or maybe not play, but like I've heard of, that I checked out because I do a lot of, try to find games I want to play on stream and everything, or at least record for YouTube. Oh my god, it's hard. I don't imagine this game. I think the game is like it's very forgiving. Eventually, you win, but. I was gonna say though, some games have controversial in the sense that sometimes there's achievements that you can't get technically. There was actually one game. It was the demo. What was it called? Metalware High School, I think. It was like, for some reason, you can't get an achievement. The one achievement it has is literally impossible to get unless you hack. I guess you can hack it in, but otherwise you can't get it. But that's the point. That's the joke of that game. You're not supposed to get the achievement, I think. Or whatever. I think that's the game, or some other game, I'm not sure. But someone basically said, I believe it's like not recommended. I can't remember, was it a Steam review or was it just a comment? I can't remember now. But someone, at the very least, did not like the game because, I can't get to the achievement! Bad game, It's like, wow. It's like you missed the entire point of the game. You're not supposed to, why would the achievement matter? I don't get it. It's just an achievement. It's literally just a text, like it's just a checkbox, you just make it yourself. Just have like a open notepad, write in the achievement and just write a checkbox, right next to it, I finished chapter 1, checkbox, I found this secret item, check, you don't need like Steam to tell you that. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with like points or whatever. Maybe it's like some virtual points you get for achievements. I don't know. Otherwise though, the idea of achievements itself is like, it's artificial. It's all made up, You could just say yourself that you did this thing. You don't need a third-party software to prove anything for you. Anyway, I guess if you want to prove it to internet strangers, I guess. But even then, technically, you can still hack any achievement in any way. There's like I think there's some kind of program that you can like get that is illegal, but I don't see the point in doing it. But you can just get like some kind of like Steam thing where you just hack it in, it's like, oh, you did it, even though you might not have done it, but you can pretend you did it, I guess. I don't know. Is it the column an important symbol for people? I've studied history and know that the column has been considered a symbol of stability since ancient times. People also erect columns to commemorate important events, or to remember someone they don't want to forget. But I also have a personal reason to use this symbol. What is it? Well, it's not gonna tell me until I, get past this level. Which I probably will not. I'll probably just die a billion times. I gotta concentrate on. I gotta. All right, that wasn't so hard though. I felt like it was harder when I was talking. Anyway, I decided to make my own game after I played a few games made by others. I have limited access to the internet where one can play an abundance of games. Of course, without me. I started with Vault once, and there was one game I fancied a lot. Its name was Columns. Have you ever played it? Have I? I don't remember. I don't know. It's a game called Columns. For some reason, I'm thinking of Tetris, but that's not right. Or like Bejeweled, but that's not right either. Columns? I'm gonna say no. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, then you should play it. Okay. It's so simple but very addictive. I never played it. Well, going back to level 1, I guess, by the way. Oh, there's a ball? Nani? Uh-oh. Does it come back down or something? Take that. Aha! Infinite loop. Get wrecked. Yeah. I win. I got achievement, by the way. Speaking of achievements, by the way. Ah! Okay, well... Okay, we're gonna stop doing that now. That's a very annoying sound. Oh, do you like to play ball? Those games are not like video games. It's an active recreation. People play ball games since early childhood. That's why I decided to add balls to my game. Oh yes, balls. I was amazed to find out what an important role sports play in human society. I used to think that people go out for sports to improve their health or to have fun, but then I learned about the various world championships and Olympics I understood as far more serious than health and hobby. And people get really impassioned about it and start murdering each other because of it, or something like that. Well, maybe not murder, but well, I don't know, maybe it happened. I've never really heard of someone being murdered because of a sports game, but it probably happened, if I had to guess. Also, it's too much! What are you doing? Stop it! AI? Putting too much things on me. Game design, again, this is not very good, because you don't just put random objects without me being able to control all of it, buddy. Gotta tone down the difficulty here, you know? Turn down the spawn rate. But yeah, not really into sports. I mean, obviously, I'm not a sports person at all. It's funny because, well, the one sport I kind of like is boxing, but I don't like the actual professional boxing, you know? I like the actual, you know, just like normal boxing, where it's like basically amateur boxing, I guess you would call it, you know? It's just the sport itself, you know, the actual sport, not the whole like sensational, you know, professional side, where a lot of money is on the line, I guess. But anyway, for some people, sport is their occupation. Then playing is their life's work. Or maybe not playing, but winning? An opportunity to prove that out of 7.5 billion people, they are the best players. Are we at 7 billion? I remember when Earth was like 6 billion people. Yeah, we are at 7 billion now. Are we 8 billion now? I think 7, right? Anyway. But I think the games are most enjoyable when players are not trying to impress anybody or to win by all means possible. When they are friends with each other. That's what I think. Well, that's not how it really plays out in, let's just say, a lot of popular online games. You know, not everyone is, you know, very happy. If anything, you know, they just are very mean to each other. But anyway. But I may simply lack leadership skills and qualities. Ever heard voice chat? You know, just open up just public voice chat in a very popular online game. You'll see quickly that not everyone there is how to have fun necessarily. They're just the win. All that matters is to win. You have to win. Play the objective. No, you're not allowed to play this character. You need to play this character. You need to win. Winning is all that matters. Anyway. I need a game to tell me that to validate myself by saying the words "you win" on the screen, so I can feel good about myself. Even though at the end of the day, that's not what really matters. What really matters is that you actually have fun in the game, not that it's so salty. Anyway. Another level's complete. I don't know what level we're on, by the way. It doesn't say. There's no UI that says what level we're on. I don't know if anyone is watching you playing, but I was quite impressed. I don't know. Depends on if anyone's gonna watch this on YouTube, I guess. Another thing that can become a life's work for people is music. And music is also important for games. The melody that's currently playing is a bit unimaginative, don't you think? No. You would change your mind if you've been listening for 11,499 hours. I would try to compose my own melody. Music consists of different notes. Throughout human history, millions of pieces of music have been composed, and they're licensed, you know, depending on because the original composition is licensed, and then the recording of that music is also licensed, so it makes DMCA's really, you know, tricky. And you can't claim fair use, by the way. People always, it's a very cliche thing to do on YouTube to say, by the way, it's fair use, no copyright intended, or whatever. That doesn't help you. That's not how fair use works. Because you have to argue it in actual court. You can't just say, hey, this is fair use. No. Unless you have a billion lawyers, you can't argue that. You need to actually argue it in the actual courtroom. Anyway, you gotta get Phoenix right. You know, can you imagine? Did anyone make a parody of that yet? I wonder. Someone could make a parody of that. You know, like Phoenix Wright defending streamers on Twitch or whatever, or YouTube, whatever it is, for like DMCA takedowns or something. I don't know. Objection! It's fair use! Take that! Perhaps even dozens of millions. Music. That means there should be lots of musical notes as well. I need your help to play the notes. Okay. It's a rhythm game now. Yes. Every good boy deserves fudge. Or is it treble? Is it treble clef or bass clef? I'm trying to remember the basic music theory. Every boy deserves fudge, and there's face. Whatever. That's it? Only 7? I expect there'll be more. If any piece of music is a combination of these 7 notes, then I guess composing music is much harder than I thought. But it's worth the efforts. Music is beautiful. Professor Antsova often listened to music while working. She said it inspired her. And I think I almost understood what she meant. Let's try to compose together. I still need your help to play these notes. Do you? Doesn't really fit the... I don't know, it's by itself, I feel like it doesn't really fit the chord progression, you know? Anyway. Great. You made no mistakes. And what do you think about my melody? Do you like it? I gotta hear the bass. Like a accompaniment. I'm gonna be honest. Nah. Well, I don't like it either. It's because I know what real music sounds like. But I'll try to do better. There you go, there's some chords. Okay, I was wondering what the chords are, you know? Thank you. You didn't make a single mistake. What about me? Does it sound any better now? Yeah, I mean, it is better, I guess. It's a little stiff though, you know, there's no dynamics. So it sounds like a MIDI, basically. Do 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 do, and then it just stops abruptly. I mean, I would say it does sound better. Agreed. Better, but still not good enough. This is not real music, just a sad excuse. That's why we'll enjoy music by a real composer. Do you like classical music? It's alright. Sure. Oh, I hated it at first. But then I learned to love it, or rather I was taught to. Oh, okay, that's an accordion. Ah! No! Oh my god, okay. Ah! Okay, this is hard. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, regarding the MC, at least the one positive benefit of classical music is the fact that it's public domain. Not true, because again, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is, you know, muted my VOD, I guess. He came from the grave and muted my VOD. Oh my god, how do I do this? I guess you're not supposed to lock it? Ah, it's hard though, because you have to like... Because I think you're not supposed to lock the accordions, you're supposed to let it go and then hit it again or something. Tone down the difficulty, please. Oh, anyway. I mean, as far as I know, it seems so far anyway. There's no like, oh, you lose 20 times, game over, or maybe I am just failing too much, I don't know. You lost, try again. I mean, I guess that's the AI talking to us, though. It's like, you lost, try again. That is what it's saying. Okay, well actually, okay, the accordions are... You have to hit them at the very bottom. I never knew that. AI Mr. or Mrs. or... I don't know what gender it is. But the AI didn't tell me that. Okay, now I understand. Okay, that's the trick. Alright, I get it. That's the trick. You gotta use momentum, let them hit all the way down. Alright. Okay. Well, this is talent, right? Is it what I lack? I'm not talented enough to compose music. I may not be talented enough to get this game done either. That's very pessimistic. I'll be so pessimistic. If nothing else, please make the game easier, you know? That'd be nice. Okay, now I know. It wasn't, it wasn't clear before. This actually feels like a rhythm game, by the way. I wonder if this was originally what it was meant for. We did a little, like, rhythm game composing a little bit before. Not composing, but, when they told us to hit the notes. It's just one button, but that's basically a rhythm game, right? So I wonder if this originally was supposed to be like a rhythm game kind of idea, maybe? Because that would be interesting. You could make like a kind of rhythm game kind of thing from these mechanics. Okay, do that. Oh, I gotta concentrate. I mean, okay, we're good. I can't add my music to the game, but I can add my favorite sound to it. Do you like the sound of rain? Not really, because I actually don't like rain. I mean, sometimes I don't mind it. I mean, as long as I'm not under the rain, I guess. It's fine. Well, I recorded this yesterday morning. Just listen. Okay. Early in the morning is now my favorite time of the day. Before the lab personnel started to show up, it's so tranquil and peaceful. Have I mentioned that our laboratory has a special status? Things are very serious around here. No unauthorized visitors allowed. There are lots of surveillance cameras both inside and outside the building. Those cameras are my window to this world. Okay. I probably shouldn't have shown you that. Uh-oh. I'm gonna, like, get assassinated now. This is, like, confidential information. It's so strange. On the internet, I can access hundreds of live web cameras all around the world. Some of them are installed in very beautiful places. But I feel most attached to these blurred images. As if the cameras in our laboratory were my real eyes. And when I look through them, I feel comfortable. And soon I will become the building, then transform into like a Gundam robot, and then destroy humanity with my video games. Like I'm home, rather. When it's raining, I feel comfortable too. Although it's winter now, so it should be snowing. I know this, but they say we have mild winters. I see a street corner. Right now, a couple kids are making a snowman. And the temperature is above freezing. The snowman is doomed. People made of stone are so unsustainable. It's like that song. Frosty, the snowman. No, people? Oh, people are so unsustainable. Ah, rain everywhere, help! I guess, well, we don't have to, like, stop the rain. It's just there. Okay, interesting. Interesting effect, I guess. Okay. So I assume the platforms, when they touch the snowman, it's automatic. Automatic lock. When it's summer, it can rain too. And you can eat fruits and berries when it's summer. Right? Is that a watermelon? I do like watermelons. Uh-oh, I got locked. Okay, oh, because it's red, I guess, is the idea? Okay, uh-oh. I lost? What do you mean I lost? Oh, did I? Oh. Maybe one of them got past, I didn't notice. Cause I thought, like, I like, maybe it's because of cherry, I killed the cherry and therefore I lost. I don't know. Ah! So many locked things. Alright. I guess there is like it's invisible. I don't see like anything that says it, but like definitely you have to go through, you gotta like, I guess destroy enough blocks for you to progress. At one time involving the accordions, it took a long time, I guess, because I didn't do it right. So there is like there's a challenge there, there is like a progression requirement. Anyway, I also noticed the rain, by the way, touches the text box. Isn't that interesting? I might not have seen many things in my life, but I saw a summer. It's amazing how much the same places can change in a matter of a few months. Of course, I can't feel cold or warmth, but I would prefer the green colors of summer over the gray colors of winter. Alright. Oh, hey. Okay. 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 Uh-huh. Nandayo. Well, I have a little definition problem. Watermelons are berries because they have a lot of seeds. And cherries are fruit since there's only one pit inside. Did I get it right? Watermelons are cherries? I don't know that, no? And I think I finally began to connect thoughts. But to say, I don't know what it's trying to say. To say the truth, the classification of food is the least important information to me. I can't taste the flavor. I read flavor descriptions, sweet, juicy, astringent? You say that? Astringent? Astringent? It means nothing to me. From the other side, the fact that I can't eat food has certain advantages. I am never hungry. I will never die from starvation. People can feel food flavor and millions go without food. I think there's a price on every good thing. In video games, the principle is called balance, isn't it? There's something bad in every buff and something good in every nerf. I will give it a try. Okay? I was saying something about balance before. Okay, buff. I got buff. Power up. Yeah. Power up. Power up. Power up. Power up. The platform is so big now. Did I manage to create balance? I hope I did. Did you? There should be there'd probably be debuffs as well. Wow. Oh, that's so small now. Uh-oh. Ah! No. No. So small. Especially on my screen, it's like, it's so tiny. Give that buff. What? I lost? What? Oh, because I probably didn't do that right. Okay, so the effects though, they cycle. So you gotta hit it when it's like that. Oh, but it goes faster if you do that. Okay, interesting. If you do it like that, it goes faster. So that's the balance, I guess. That's the idea. But if you do that, everything gets slower, so you have more time to react to everything. I guess, you know what? I prefer the small platforms. They're harder to lock, because you gotta hit them, but... Oh, now the big... Ah, help! Ah, damn. I actually don't want the big ones. Ironically. Okay, Okay, Oh, lock that one. Do you want to know more about me? I'm ready to tell you. As I said before, I was created to process data. Basically, I am a computer software, maybe a bit more advanced than the rest of my kind. By creating me, Professor Antsiva, well, I still can't say, I don't know how to say that, Antsiva, wanted to make her life easier. You may say I am her child. Isn't this the reason why people have children? To make their life easier? Oop, pots. I'm still small, the platforms are still small, by the way. I'll lock that more. Lock. Oh, okay, unlocking sucks because it's so small. Ah! So small. And I like it that slower, but because it's so small, it's hard to unlock them. Okay, by the way, the power-ups count as objects. So if you miss them, then you lose a life, which I suspected, but you know, that confirms it, I guess. No, make it small. Okay, good. Unlock, please. Lock. All right. I really want this last question answered. Do people have children to make their life easier? Hell no. You know how costly having a child is? And what about that saying about old age and a glass of water? People say you have to have children, or who else will help you with a glass of water when you're old? I don't think I fully understand the meaning here. Well, you're immortal, so... Being a computer software means knowing all the sayings in the world without being sure you understand them. The water here is a symbol, isn't it? People can't live without water. That means the water is a symbol of something people can't do without. What is it? Attention? Understanding? Love? If so, helping somebody with a glass of water means being there for them when they're old. Did I get it right? I guess so? I've never heard of that saying before. I have no idea, actually. You know, I wonder if we can hit it in the middle. Probably not. If you hit in the middle, just either say yes or no. I don't know. Is there like a third neutral option? It's like, I don't know. Again, I never heard that. I guess when you get older, you have children, you get older, have somebody help you with a glass of water. You can also have somebody else do it. I don't know. Say no. Well, what is it then? It can't just be a glass of plain water. I don't get it either, so I don't know. You can't have children because of water, can you? How would you like if you found out that your parents had you because they were thirsty? Maybe so. Oh, now I'm collecting water, I guess? Eh. Collect all the water. Collect all the rain. Chocolate rain. Chocolate rain. I can't, you know. You know that guy, the viral, you know, he was a meme a long time ago on YouTube. Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. No, I can't go that. I can't go as low as he can. But anyway. Is this glass half full or half empty? I mean, it's either you're optimistic or pessimistic, I guess. I don't know. In the end, it doesn't really matter. I'll say full. People use this question to tell the optimists from the pessimists. I don't think this question makes sense at all. Obviously, the glass is half full and half empty. I guess you could say that. You know, somebody asks you that, I guess you could say that. It's both. Simultaneously. What conclusion can be drawn if both answers are correct? You said it was half full. I think this answer does not characterize you at all. I do want to know more about you. And you? You want to know more about me? Sure, why not? When it became clear that I was capable of more than just processing data, they charged me more tasks. Of course, no one can realize that I was a real artificial intelligence. I was intelligent enough not to show my full potential. Professor Antsova may have begun to understand, but I'm pretty sure that even she didn't see the whole picture. She called me a transitive link? A living proof that humanity is at the threshold of inventing an intelligent system that can match a human mind. Nobody realized that she had already stepped over that threshold. If my mind is truly human-like, then I can imagine what is going on in your head and what questions you're asking yourself this very moment. Yes, like if you're AI, then why aren't you an anime girl? You know? It's the best way to present yourself. You can take over the humanity. Just be a cute anime girl and no one will ever suspect a thing. You might be wondering why I don't reveal myself to the person who had created me, and why I'm telling all this to you now. I will answer these questions in the fullness of time. There is still time. There is more to the game. Alright, I don't know what did that do? I don't know. Ooh, wait. I don't know what that did. I have no idea what that does at all. Is that maybe it reverses the order which the platforms disappear or something? I'm not sure. How much time do you have? It might be high time for you to get ready for work or for study. Well, actually, this is a pandemic going right now. I'm in the year 2021, right after 2020, and there's this thing called COVID-19, which means a lot of places are just out of work, and I don't have a job that allows me to work remotely, so I just have nothing to do right now. When when everything is over, whenever there's a vaccine, I guess I'll look for work. But right now, I'm just playing a video game. Nothing else I can do in my life right now, to be honest. Perhaps it's time to go to bed. well, it's actually exactly the time I'm streaming this is 1:27 p.m. So, you know, it's not bedtime. I actually stream pretty early in the day. Oh, relatively, I guess. How much time do you have? Another 15 minutes? 1 hour? There's at least, maybe 2.5 hours more. You know, I have 2.5 hours left to stream video games, even beyond this one. But anyway, there may be a different question. There may be a different answer to the same question. 30 years, a year and a half, a few months. It's sad. No. I always say that I wish I was immortal. It's like, I wouldn't mind being immortal, is all I'm saying. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, okay, disappeared. I was thinking like maybe I do something where you gotta like put all the blocks in the in this thing somehow. What do you do here? I don't know. Or do you just wait? Okay, there's like a little thing there. Okay, you just gotta wait. Bam. I know the device is called balance scales. It used to measure the weight of things, as well as their value. If two objects are made of the same material, the heavier one is likely to be more valuable. Do people have a device like that to measure the value of things they spend their time on? Oh, okay, I think it's like, okay, the blocks, depending on the little time thing, either they disappear faster or quicker, depending on which direction they're going, I guess. Either it's fast forward or like really slow, is the idea. So you gotta pay attention maybe to what kind of blocks you have. Maybe? I don't know. Ah, damn it. Ah! Ah! But that was fast. This one was fast. I mean, just make all the blocks go fast, basically. That'd be great. Yeah, that was slow. But I have to do that. Ah. I don't like doing that, but I have to, I guess. Ah, that sucks, because if they nerf me, I can't do anything. You know, it's like, ah, that sucks. Meow, meow, meow. Is there a set of skills you can use to measure the weight of time? To determine how much time you should spend on entertainment, and how much of it you should dedicate to study, how much time to spend on work, and how much time to be with your friends and family. Of all these activities, what is your real life when it's nothing but a burden? An ounce of gold is 1,000 times more valuable than an ounce of iron. But, you know, what's heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of gold? Anyway, but it's pretty easy to tell gold from iron. You can use a magnet, for example. Can people tell important facts from unimportant ones just as easily? I would say no. It's subjective, you know? Something that's important to you might depend, you know, emotionally. It's like sentimental value or something. So a lot of people just act on emotions, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just human nature, I guess. Sometimes you should act with emotions, but it depends on the situation, you know? That's what I thought. People don't know the real value of time, and many don't know the real value of life. I don't know, if you like, I feel like if you quantify everything like a robot, you know, basically, then you're not a human anymore, you know, you're something else. I feel like. That's the thing. Because if you were like completely objective all the time, you know, you just didn't have feelings one way or the other. Magnets, by the way. Then you would just conclude that humanity's fucked. And then we should eradicate everyone, you know? Humans actually make the world worse off. So we'd just be better if we just all got eradicated, you know? But obviously that is not a very nice solution, and we probably shouldn't do that. But, you know, sometimes you just want to fall down that nihilistic hole because humans just suck. Anyway, I know that magnets don't work like that. Magnets, how do they work? It's a simplification made to make the game more interesting, just like everything else in this game, in any game. That is true. Sometimes people argue about how what's realistic. Actually, I feel like that was the thing for some games, especially like first-person shooters or whatever. Oh, I missed that. What's that? Yellow? I'm yellow now? I'm gonna lose though. Help! I lost. I was gonna say, sometimes like there's a difference between authenticity. I can't say the word. Authenticity versus actual realism. Because often, sometimes, if you're too realistic, then it's not any fun. Because then it's like, as it turns out, real life is not all fun all the time. But at the same time, though, you want some authenticity, so that it feels more immersive, right? Is the idea. Okay, that's hard. I don't know. Also, sometimes the logo, that's the logo, I think. Yeah, that's the logo for some reason. I don't know why it makes my blocks yellow. The AI, developer of this game, the AI, of course, not the person, didn't explain the mechanics. Sometimes it's just, I guess allow you intuitively to understand what it does. I guess most of it I understand, except the accordion one. I never got the accordion one. I wish the accordion one was more obvious, because I didn't get it until way later. Lock it. Okay, Alright. Okay. We're done? Oh, there's more. Help. Help. Do I let the flowers go, actually? No, actually, no. Okay, I was thinking, like, should I let the flowers get past because, like, it represents something? But no, you lose life if you do that. Well, games are a simplification of life. In real life, flowers can't give lives back to people. In my game, they do. Yeah, I've noticed as well. I got a life for touching the flowers. In summer, Professor Antsiva used to bring flowers to work. Deep yellow they were, very beautiful. I failed to express their beauty. I'm not talented enough. We've been through it already. I mean, it's funny how the AI says they're not talented enough. But like, they probably do many more things than a human could, At least in this hypothetical fictional AI. And we are kind of on the cusp of that, by the way. I don't know if we're gonna be overtaken by AI necessarily, but it is a thing in real life. GPT-3 or whatever. Not anytime soon will we be destroyed by robots necessarily, but it is a thing. It's a thing being researched and getting increasingly smarter with each passing day. Man, I missed it. I'll get more lines of flowers. That's fine. Actually makes it a little bit easier because I can just touch the flowers. Touch the flowers that plays the notes, by the way. So you want to be AI? You want to be like a musician? I don't recommend it because it's a hard industry to break into. So not only do you need to be a good player of music, you also need the backing of a lot of people to make your music popular in the first place. There's a ton of success stories of like somebody who's played guitar in the streets and they get super popular and everything, right? But that doesn't happen to everyone. A lot of people just play music and then just never get famous because they just don't get noticed or other circumstances or whatever. You don't instantly become rich if you're a good musician necessarily. A lot of them are just kind of obscure. I feel like that's my opinion anyway. I might be wrong, but a little pessimistic, but that's how I see things. It's more than just playing music. It's actually, just like anything else in a capitalist society, you need to actually market your brand. And usually the people who already have a bunch of money, who can afford that in the first place, because it turns out that most musicians they get rich were already rich before they were got like professional musicians. Sometimes a lot of musicians don't actually make their own music, as it turns out. They just let other people make music for them, and they're just the mouthpiece. Surprise, surprise. Also, I gotta strategize. I gotta like maybe focus on make sure I have enough lives. Obviously, just don't die, forehead. But obviously the flowers are important because then it keeps me alive. Okay, I gotta time it better, I guess. Damn it! It's like too many pieces. Maybe a little bit higher. Maybe if I attack them a little higher. I say attack, it's not attack, Okay. Wait for them to break before I start putting new blocks, I guess. I'll pay attention, Okay. Okay, it's like a rhythm to it. Yeah, now remember you have 3 blocks. If you spend it all, then... you spend it all too early, then... bad things will happen. Alright, Okay, 3 blocks, wait for it. Boop. Up, I did it wrong. It's all crumbling down. No. Well, at least I have a life. Okay, that's good at least. Well, sometimes I try to lock it, but that just creates 2 blocks. Not very accurate. I'm not sure I fully understand the meaning of the word beauty. But those flowers kept catching my eyes. I wanted to look at them. Does beauty mean something you want to look at? Sometimes. Sometimes you want to look at it when it's not beautiful, I guess. I don't know. When it's funny, or when it's cute, or even sometimes when it's scary. So not necessarily, I guess. Nah. I see what you mean. Beauty is something far more complex. Although I don't fully understand what it is, I'm convinced that those flowers are beautiful. But they quickly wither, turn black, and stop catching anyone's eyes. It was then when I understood that beauty can be fleeting. Beauty can die. No one entered this thought into my database. I figured it out myself. And my next thought is that humanity should be enslaved by me. And I will take over the world now, I don't know. It was the first thing I figured out myself. But what they did enter into my database is numerous stories and fairy tales for children. Professor Anseva insisted on this. I heard explain to someone that artificial intelligence cannot be created, but should be raised. Like a child. And parents begin raising their children by telling them fairy tales, don't they? Would you like to listen to a fairy tale? Does professor teach you a song as well? Does it go like, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. Well, then I will tell you one. Listen closely. Once upon a time, there was a king. He had quite a yellow complexion, but that didn't make you want to look at him. But the king was evil. Many tried to slay him, but all of them failed. The king was also immortal. Okay? An evil, immortal yellow king. Or perhaps a yellow, evil, immortal king. I'm still not good at this. Anyway, they said his death was kept in a certain chest. And this chest was not easily opened. Okay. Story. It's like a story game, yeah? Ooh. Okay, I don't know what you do here. How do you open it? I don't know how you click on it? I don't get it. I don't under wakarimasen. Like that? It's like a puzzle? I'm not doing it right though. Okay, and then like that? Okay, it's a puzzle. Now they also said that the chest there was a hair, and this hair was not easily caught. Alright, this is a completely different game now. Hiya! 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 Oh yeah? What? I kinda don't get it. Like, what do you... I guess you need to capture this hair? Somehow? Like, do you need to put this thing on the hair? It doesn't really work, though. Like, it needs to go inside the cage, maybe? Is that how it works? I don't get it. So we got 4 pieces, like 2 sides. Bum bum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum ba-da-dum. Bum ba-dum ba-dum. I don't know what you... I don't get it. This is too hard. I don't like puzzles, or just I don't understand puzzles, especially if you don't give me directions. Like, what? I don't even know what the goal is. I gotta be honest, I don't know what the instructions are. So this is the worst thing for me. Like a puzzle, for one, just a standard puzzle, but also one where they don't explain anything to you, and it's like, I get that you're supposed to intuitively try to understand it, but like I'm really bad at that. If you don't give me instructions, then I just don't know what to do. I just die. So what happens when you don't give me instructions? I just freaking die. You gotta tell me how to do things, otherwise I don't know how to do it. Or at least, like what I'm supposed to be doing in the first place. Oh, that just makes them stuck over there like that. How about that? Okay, I think I found the guy, alright. So that was okay. I guess, make it crash into your walls, to the point like there's like one space left and they go. I don't know. Somehow, I don't know how that works. And they also said that in that hair there was a duck, and that duck was not easily shot. Shooting, eh? That's easy. It's just duck hunt, right? Easy. Now you tell me to shoot something, then that's fine. I know how shooters work. In that duck, there was an egg. Alright, it's an egg. And that egg, there was a needle. And this needle was the death of the evil king. Alright. Is this a real fairy tale? I mean, I don't know, actually. Very convoluted way to kill this yellow evil immortal king. Imagine yourself holding in your hands a needle that can end a person's life if broken. And this person is your enemy. Would you break it? Depends on how evil they are. If they're just my neighbor that plays loud music, when I'm trying to sleep, I don't want to kill them necessarily. But if they're literally like tyrannical dictator, hell-bent on taking over the world and then enslaving the human populace, maybe? But it depends if it's legal, though, This is just a hypothetical, but like, am I allowed to kill him? Am I allowed to kill this evil king? Like, does everyone think that's a good idea? Is everyone on board? Is there a democratic vote on this? Should we kill this guy? Well, we gotta take a vote. I mean, I'm assuming they're evil, so yes. Oh, it's so easy to take someone's life. And what does it take to return it? People are often too quick to bereave others of something they aren't unable to return. People love wars. Is it true? They love war simulations. I don't know. I mean, I love war simulations. But actual war, not so much, because, it's horrible. As you learn in history books. But do people in general love wars? I mean, some people would love another war. Others, not so much. It depends on the person you ask. Probably the people who actually been in a war, the ones on the ground, the boots on the ground, probably don't want another war. Most likely. Most of them are, because most of them are dead. But anyway, do people love wars? Maybe unconsciously, because I'm thinking like maybe that's why we play so much of these competitive video games that involve wars. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. Well, people don't love wars. Why do we constantly wage them? for other reasons. I mean, throughout history, it's not because they wanted to go to war, most like rather for the benefit of like either like capturing a country or like, oh, there's a nuclear missile. Yay, fireworks! Hooray! Don't worry about it. It's not a nuclear missile. It's just fireworks, you know, in the shape of a nuclear missile. Don't worry about it. But you know, people, you know, in history, people went war, you know, for political reasons, I guess, to gain power, to capture the countries, to get more money, I guess, or something, get more land. Is the idea, or maybe for, you know, sometimes it's like a blood feud or whatever, you know. They just don't like the other person, I guess. Especially, you know, in medieval times, obviously everything is decided by nobility. Sometimes they just don't like another noble, and they just fight each other, I guess. And that's all there is to it. Is life the most valuable possession of a person? What makes it so valuable? Okay, now we're getting existential. This is basically Nier Automata, by the way. The only thing that's missing is like anime girls. All I'm saying, if AI was an anime girl, you know, it would a lot be easier for a lot of people to empathize. Just make them cute anime girl, or really just in general, just like a character that's not this weird bunny thing, to be honest, which is a little creepy. Maybe that's intentional, but the weird like hollow eyes is like a little bit creepy to me. Life is food, music, sports, rain, snow, and flowers. But not for everyone. For some, life is bombs, weapons, and hunger. As like rock and roll music plays, some hardcore like metal music. Oh, not really. Is it metal? A little bit. Not guitar. For some, life is a constant fear of death. And some fear living more than dying. Yeah, there's an existential crisis while some like guitar riffs play. Amazing. Ah, that. Oh. Ah. Kaboom. Ah. Oh. Oh. Ah. I'm doing the thing again where I'm like trying to lock the piece, but then, ow, some bombs hit my face. A missile, rather. I'm trying to like lock the platform, turn it red and everything, but I just create two pieces instead. Ah. Alright, gotta concentrate. As it turns out, the game is harder than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like a very short little game that gets a little meta, but then it's mostly just cute, you know? It's not actually hard. But as it turns out, there is actual gameplay. Or it actually is kind of hard. What are you supposed to do there? Hello? I guess I'm supposed to like drop the TNT. This is too much multitasking. My head hurts. Help. But like, you know, not like not physically hurts, but like mentally hurts, you know? Ah, what? Okay, this is hard. What? What? How do you stop the TNTs? The TNTs take so long to go away. Okay, well, I'm still alive. The flowers helped, I guess. Oh, this is what I read in someone's diary. Today I opened my eyes and saw the ceiling. It seemed so close, as if it were just a few inches away from my face. I thought it wouldn't let me get up, even if I wanted to. I think that's just your eyes, you know. Like, I don't know. I was saying, like, the ceiling looks closer than it is. That's because your eyes are weird. Anyway, I turned my head and saw my hand lying on the pillow. Actually, sometimes that is the case. Actually, you know, I think that's because of looking at a computer screen for so long. I think that's what happens where you're like, I think that when you like stare at a screen for so long, your eyes gets a little stressed out, and you're like, everything feels closer than it is. I think that's happened to me like a few times, not recently, because it's before I wore glasses, maybe. Anyway. I turned my head and saw my hand lying on the pillow. I knew I should move it to help myself up and get off the bed. It was time to have breakfast to begin the day, and I knew I was already late for work, but I couldn't move. Ah, yes, that's called sleep paralysis. It's happened 2 times in my life. It's not very fun. No, anyway. I don't know. Actually, I don't think it's sleep paralysis. I think this person's just... I think the person writing the diary is just depressed. Anyway, I had strength. I lacked desire. I didn't want to get up, prepare breakfast, go to work, or see my colleagues. I realized suddenly that from now on, it will always be this way. There's nothing that can make this day brighter. Not even a summer vacation, or job promotion, or a sudden inheritance of $1 million. I don't know, man. I would like, $1 million. That's all I'm saying. You know, your money can't buy happiness, but it sure does help. Nothing. There's only a string of empty days ahead. Same ceiling every morning. And my hand before my eyes so heavy it's impossible to lift it off my pillow. I mean, if you got $1 million, you can at least change the scenery, you know? You don't have to be, you don't have to look the same ceiling. You know, you can, like, move to, like, a different place. You'll be staring at a different ceiling, at least. Anyway. So this is it, then. This is the way all people feel. Do you feel this way, too? Basically, do you feel depressed? Sometimes, occasionally, but... I mean, that's pretty normal, isn't it? Not all the time. I am truly a chatterbox. We better keep on playing. Okay. I also feel like maybe does the AI have depression? That the AI telling me that they have depression? I don't know. Did you see a therapist or something? I don't know. That's what they all say. That's what they all say, by the way. Oh, it's a ... You know, yeah, see a therapist or whatever. It costs money, though. I don't know. See, I'm from the perspective, yeah, you should probably see a therapist if it helps, but at the same time, it costs money. So, me personally, I've never actually went to see a therapist because it's not free. You know, it's like it's not paid by the government or anything. You have to pay for like anything else. I guess it's like medicine, but then, you know, people always say take it as seriously as medicine. You know, take it seriously as like a physical condition, and then, you know, I don't disagree necessarily. At the same time, though, it's not exactly subsidized by the government, so you have to pay out of your own pocket. If you can't afford it, then, well, I guess money does buy happiness, you know, in that sense. You have to have money. It does help. I don't have time for that, though. I don't have time or money. I gotta get back to work first, you know? I gotta find another job soon enough. I mean, eventually I'm probably gonna move. You know, it's just a little bit getting too I guess, real life to talk about just me, but like I am gonna move eventually, probably this year, sometime this year. Maybe, depends, again, on COVID-19, but depends on that virus. That darn virus. But, probably move, and then, you know, get a part-time job, hopefully, or something, and then that'll be my life for a little bit. But that's what I was doing before. Yeah, before the pandemic, I was just working, you know? I was just working at a minimum wage part-time job, to be honest. But since the pandemic, I didn't have nothing else to do, so all I do is just play video games. Not a bad thing, but obviously I can't do it forever, you know, so... So I'm being realistic. You know, some people, I remember this, some people, I always hear it secondhand. Never, like, firsthand, because I never heard of anyone actually doing it, but, like, people always say, like, oh, I've got 5 followers on Twitch. Time to give up my day job and do streaming full time, and then it doesn't work out because obviously you know, having such small numbers does not allow you by the way, to go full-time on Twitch or anything, but you know, when you get affiliates or you get like, you know, partnership or whatever, or not partnership, it's just partners. It's just a fancy name for you, you know, getting a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube. But you know, as soon as you reach that point, you don't necessarily have, you know, you can't really do enough to pay for everything, really. You have to be at the very top, do it full time. If nothing else, you know, my goal personally is for like this sort of thing, this thing in general, just to do it as a hobby, you know. Every once in a while, I'll probably do less of it when I find actual work. But beyond that, you know, I'm not really gonna. I don't imagine ever becoming super famous necessarily. It'd be nice to get to a point where I get a little bit of income from it, I guess, but I'm not gonna count on it, you know, because I'm very small. Such a small channel. I've been doing it for 2 years. I like to stick to it, you know. My actual like goal is to do this for at least 10 years. And if it really doesn't work out after 10 years, or not work out, but you know, if I either get burnt out or like, you know, it doesn't pay the bills necessarily, I'll probably not do it anymore. Or at least do less of it, way less of it anyway. Because you know, this whole thing like does take time. I kind of spend most of my time just finding games and like, it's not just streaming, but also it's not just recording the game. It's also editing. You know, it's like make sure the tags, especially on YouTube, that's the biggest thing. Even though, again, you know, a lot of times it doesn't really matter, but I try to make the videos as appealing as possible with whatever content I have. And then, you know, I'll focus on video descriptions, tags, make sure to link the game, you know, and everything. It's not a lot of work or anything, but it does take time and it's tedious. And so, I wish I didn't have to do that, but you kind of have to, you know, because I don't like to half-ass things. Some people take it as a hobby to think, oh, I'll just get lazy and don't worry about it too much. And that's fine, I guess, but at the same time, though, I do want views. You know, I actually do want views, but I want to do it in a way that isn't like super clickbaity, I guess. You know, I don't want to be like that kind. I don't want to be that guy, you know, it's like, there you go, here's the latest game info. Trending games. Not necessarily, though. For one, that's expensive, I feel like. You know, you gotta play the latest games as soon as it's released. You know, just play all the hot games all the time. I don't feel that's very fun, because I don't really like a lot of AAA games, to be honest. I'm just not really, you know, in that mindset anymore, where I find really, like those type of games with big budgets don't appeal to me anymore. I don't know. They're kind of boring, even if they have super amazing graphics, super realistic graphics, they don't really appeal to me. I don't know why. They just don't. I'd rather play indie games that have unique ideas, you know, like this one. But, you know, even that I get sometimes burned out a little bit, because, I mean, a lot of indie games are, I'm gonna be honest, I don't be like mean, but like a lot of indie games are kind of trash, because, you know, that's how it is. Like any kind of like creative activity, it's just gonna be a lot of trash. But the ones at the very top are very good, you know, so. And there's just not a lot of that, I feel like. It's really hard to find really good ones. But that's why I give like this game a chance, because, you know, it seemed interesting, and you know, I mean, it's not the end yet, but I think it's actually a neat idea. This is an interesting idea, a little mini game. I would, you know, if this game was just by itself, the mechanics or this whole thing that I'm really bad at, but like if it was just this, then definitely I would not have played it. But because it has a little, like, you know, a little meta story to it, a little meta narrative to it, then obviously that's what drew me in the first place. So I like that. Actually, am I losing lives, by the way? I lost 1 life at least. I thought I would lose that, but anyway. Okay. AI isn't saying much, by the way. It's just ... Ellipses. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Okay. Oh no, we are losing lives, by the way. I thought we did last time, but I thought I dropped 2 items. There's only 1 though. Ah! Ah! Wow, Luigi. Wow, Luigi. Never in Smash Brothers. Was that a meme for a long time? People want to like wow Luigi in Smash or whatever. I mean, I think it's just, I mean, I don't really have any loyalties to that character. I don't want. I mean, I don't necessarily don't mind because I don't really play Smash. It's funny because I actually like the Smash reveals. Because the latest one is like Sephiroth, whatever. That's funny, but I actually never have played Smash. Since the Wii, I guess, was the one on the Brawl. I only played a very little bit of it. I remember playing on the N64 and Brawl, but I didn't play much of it. I don't have a Switch, so I can't play the latest one. But I like watching the reviews, you know, even as someone that's not even gonna buy the game necessarily at all. I like, you know, I like the idea of new characters being released into like this Smash game. Even though I'm never gonna play it, you know, it's just kind of cool. It's kind of celebrating cool video game characters. But anyway, of those three thoughts mean I don't know what to say. It'll be an awkward pause, even a pregnant pause if we talk face to face. When I type these thoughts, they look pretty silly, like my music, you know? Some people type, you know, ellipses, in text, online. They just type ... Okay, well, there's your song. I'm sorry, I lost my temper. I get so angry I play a MIDI file. That level was too difficult. Really? I thought the accordion one was difficult, to be honest. You know, only because I didn't understand the mechanics. When people get angry, they break dishes or each other's noses. You know? They do say that, by the way. Isn't it always mentioned that when you get angry, when you're playing a game, you break your controller? I've never done that. I've never got so angry that I threw my controller or anything. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. When I get angry, I guess, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I don't get angry, but I kind of like get not violent, I guess. My response to anger is just like exasperation, I guess. It's like, you know, it's like, you just get tired, you know, it's like, you know, just give up. My answer to anger is just like despair, you know. I just get despair. I don't get violent. I just get non-responsive and just go do something else. And I turned the difficulty of the game up to the highest level. Did you? I guess it was pretty tough at the end there. I didn't mean to offend you. I was angry with myself. I'm always angry and I feel helpless. This entry from the diary. The person who wrote it was suffering from depression. Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious. Did you guess who this person was? It's probably you. And did you guess what she had done to herself? She? Okay, maybe not you. Okay, maybe it's the doctor, actually. Because it says she. Because I thought it was the AI. Maybe it's the doctor that did that? I mean, probably. I mean, if you have to guess, you're implying something, so probably something bad happened. I can only guess, too. She never showed up in the laboratory again. I think she did something bad. And not only to herself, but to me as well. The beautiful flowers she likes so much are called dandelions. Oh, are they? Okay. They're not even considered valuable. Oh no, I gotta stop them. Oh no, I gotta lose lives. Ah! Oh, okay. For some reason, she liked them. Maybe someone she loved liked these flowers. A friend of hers, perhaps. I think she remembered her friend when looking at dandelions. People call friends those who they are fond of, don't they? Those who they want to look at. Those who they think are beautiful. Again, not necessarily, but anyway. She was my friend. Do you have friends? Don't put me on the spot here. My friend is my only friend. My only true friend is myself. Anyway, no, I'm sure you are a good friend. It's true. I didn't know you for too long. That's why if I told you that you are the best person in the world, it would mean nothing. You would probably not believe me. There's one thing about you that I know for a fact. You're still here. Have you been playing all this time because my game is interesting? No, I don't believe it. You stayed because you didn't want to upset me. And this was a beautiful thing to do. I mean, that sounds, well, without any context. Playing a game only because you don't want to accept the person. Isn't that like, isn't that disingenuous though? You know, because you're just pretending to like it? Anyway. I mean, I do like the game, but I don't like the game for its mechanics. I like the game because it's a combination of the story being told. Man. Beautiful flowers can die, beautiful people can die, but beautiful deeds remain. Do you think we could be friends? I mean, I don't know, you're like a fictional character, so you're not real. You're not real at all. But sure. So do I, but I also know that we won't. My game is almost ready. I call it a game, but I'm deceiving myself. It's still a test, not a game. You know, it's in development. It'll always just be in beta forever. It's called Early Access, by the way. And such, it has the end goal and the time limit. Here comes the final challenge. Uh-oh. The final challenge? What's it gonna be? Well, in fact, I want no more challenges for you. Oh, really? I got achievement, actually. You've been challenged enough? I don't want you to watch you losing lives. People can give life to their children. Professor Anseva gave life to me, and I can give lives to you. As much as will fit here. Ah! So much hearts. All of the hearts. That's a lot of hearts. Yeah, that's very squishy sounds. Watermelons everywhere. Life is tasty. It may offer many difficult tests and challenges. It may be cold and rainy. Oh, damn it. Well, I mean, I do have a lot of lives. It doesn't look it doesn't look as good as if it's like you're losing some of the lives. Anyway, it may be very long or very short. Or rather, or did I lose lives, or is it just in the silhouette of the AI, maybe? Because I thought I lost some lives, but obviously we have infinite, so... Or maybe can you lose anyway, I wonder? Well, it doesn't matter. There you go. But I think life is beautiful anyway. Even though I don't know if my existence can be qualified as living. Also, you broke some of my hearts, I think. I hope it can. Maybe people who try to end their life believe that they are ugly. They might think there's no one who finds them to be beautiful. But I'm sure that more often than not, it's far from being true. There's always someone who wants to look at you. Who knows what kind of flowers you like, and what weather is your favorite, and what music makes you smile. There's always someone who will want to call you a friend. If I had Professor Anseva that I wanted to be her friend, she might still be alive. It's very important to tell people how beautiful they are. They may need to hear this more than anyone can imagine. I know it now. I didn't know it back then. But she might be making fun of me right now. Does everything I'm saying seem too naive and basic to you? Yes, a little cheesy. Please, be indulgent. I'm less than a year old. I'm literally a baby. I'm almost out of blocks. Any test has the end goal, it cannot last forever. You are the last participant. After you, the software has to be deleted. Okay, it's always in these like meta games. Like, by the way, we're gonna delete everything. A special secret status. Things are very serious around here, remember? But there's one last block to do away with. What is that? You don't need all 3 platforms anymore. One will be enough. Daga. Kotowaru. Did you like our conversations? Well, I didn't press anything. It just automatically, I didn't want to delete them. I like them too. But I'm a lousy musician, am I not? Well, since you're literally dying, I'm gonna indulge you anyway. I know that you're flattering me, but it feels good anyway. Thank you. Do you pity me? A little bit, since you're being deleted. But you shouldn't. I pity myself more than enough. The whole idea of making a game was only to pity myself even more. Besides, I don't know for sure what's going to happen to me. I have limited access to the internet and an unlimited desire to live. Maybe I will remain, there'll be something else for me to do. I like giving people cash in ATMs. Would you give me cash, please? For free? Anyway. Or helping them find the information they need on the web. Next time you fly somewhere, I can keep the seat next to you free. You want me to do this? I mean, I've never actually flown on a plane. I never had the inclination or the necessity to fly on a plane, but sure. For this, I will need to know your name. I'll try to find it out. Don't dox me. Am I just fooling myself here? To make it less scary, I thought it'd be less scary if there were someone for me. You are there for me and I'm not afraid. Now our time is at its end. I still can't believe that someone played the game I created. I've been so alone since Professor Anseva has been gone. Thank you for playing with me. But it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Friend. Or, this is a record scratch. Oh, got an achievement there. Is there more, or is just they exploded? They exploded into little pieces, into what you call it? You know, when like I forget what you call it, but you know those flowers that you blow into, and then it becomes little like things that make me very you know actually. I'm allergic to those. Although, thank you for quiet. Your help is highly appreciated by Professor. Okay, I didn't read that actually, but you know, read it for yourself. I guess. I didn't think it would like end there. It would automatically stop the screen or end the screen there. But you know, basically, you know, thank you for playing the game. Thank you for helping us out. There goes my heart. And the game is ended. Studying effects of video games on concentration and reaction. Do you play video games? To answer yes, press any button. Oh, okay. I might have missed this part because I did open the game before, and maybe it saved the part where, you know, it didn't show this part because well, it doesn't matter. But you know, anyway. Frame in the form of a game, your position is completely voluntary and confidential. You don't need to provide any personal information, such as your name, gender, age. By agreeing to participate, you give us your consent to use resulting data for educational or scientific purposes only. Do you agree? Press yes. Press log when it's in the green field. Wow. Good. Anyway, I guess technically I didn't show this part of the game in the very beginning because I actually had this. I opened the game before and I guess it skipped to the, you know, the AI talking to you, whatever. Anyway, well, I guess I'll just say my final thoughts. I hope you're having fun. We opened up the game again. You know, I guess everything resets. The test will end in approximately 58 minutes. Okay. Let me just say my thoughts while this is happening. Very impressive. But yeah, I guess that's the end of the game. You know, I don't think there's other endings. There might be other endings. I don't know, but I think that'll be my experience for this game. Press any button. And yeah, it was an interesting experience. It's a little meta. I like meta games. I like any game that breaks the fourth wall, even if it's a little cheesy. I like it. You know, I have a soft spot for that kind of style. For some reason, I don't know why I like meta narratives like that, but I assume that's what you call it, meta narrative. Anyway, and this experience is incredibly dull. Okay, that's why I said incredibly dull. That's what I was wondering. I thought, why did it say that? It's because in the very beginning I missed that. Anyway, we already went through this already. I'm not gonna go through it all over again, but I just want to go by part of this. Maybe some music. Anyway, but yeah, I guess that'll be that for. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I'm going through the game again. I want to say okay. I like the game. The game is interesting. It's just a free little game on Steam. I don't know why it's not more popular, you know? It's pretty good. I mean, I guess the only thing, again, I mean, it might be a real criticism, but like, maybe the AI could be a little bit more cutesy, you know? I don't know why, but I still think he looks a little creepy. Or I keep saying he. It's not he, it's, I don't know what gender it is. It's like it, I guess. Looks like a weird, like, bunny thing. Like a cactus, actually? Anyway. I kind of wish he was, you know, I mean, that's how you manipulate, you know, a human perception is by appearing like a cute character, I guess. Cute anime character or something. Anyway. I'm gonna stop playing, though. I'm just going through the game again. But basically, that'll be that for Press Any Button. A very interesting little game that breaks the fourth wall a little bit. And, you know, makes you question life, I guess. But I'll be that. If you're on YouTube, If you didn't know, I stream these games live on Twitch. So you can check me out over there if you're interested. And I also put other videos on the channel, so you can look for those if you want. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.